The California housing market in 2025 isn't just slowing down, it's entering a deep freeze. A perfect storm of stagnant wages and crushing interest rates has created an affordability gap so wide you could drive a truck through it. Statewide, the median home price still sits stubbornly high, but behind the scenes, the market is breaking. Buyers have vanished. Inventory is piling up. Homes that once sold in a weekend are now sitting for months, like forgotten relics on a museum shelf. Foreclosures are spiking, and price cuts are the new normal. We're witnessing a quiet unraveling of the dream, where once booming suburbs are beginning to feel eerily empty. In this video, we're counting down the 10 California cities turning into ghost towns, the places where the post-pandemic party has officially ended, leaving behind a chilling silence. 10. Mission Viejo. Once a textbook example of Orange County's stable suburban success, Mission Viejo is now flashing red warning signs. With a median home price of $1.24 million, home values here surged by more than 80% since 2020. But that rapid growth is now backfiring. As of mid-2025, active listings have ballooned by nearly 40% year-over-year, while buyer activity has plummeted. The average days on market (DOM) has more than tripled, now sitting at over 45 days. The simple math is unforgiving. A typical mortgage payment for a median-priced home exceeds $7,000 per month, a figure that devours over 70% of the area's median household income. This affordability crisis is pushing younger families and even longtime residents to more affordable inland communities. A clear indicator of this trend? School enrollments are down, and foreclosure filings are on the rise, jumping almost 20% since late 2024. The pristine streets here feel quiet, and the local shops are seeing higher vacancies. 9. Costa Mesa. Known for its vibrant arts scene and central location, Costa Mesa is grappling with the harsh reality of an overheated market. The median home price here hit $1.38 million in early 2025, nearly double its pre-pandemic value. But the party's over. Housing inventory has surged over 40% year-over-year, and homes are now sitting for an average of 52 days, up from just 19 days a year ago. The affordability gap is brutal. The median monthly mortgage payment now exceeds $7,800, a figure that's simply unsustainable for the creative professionals and tech workers who once flocked here. The ripple effect is visible everywhere. Rental prices are up, but a net population outflow has begun. Small businesses, the soul of this community, are struggling. Retail vacancies have doubled since 2023, and commercial lease rates are falling. The energy of this city is dimming, and many fear its once bustling charm is fading away. 8. Aliso Viejo. Aliso Viejo, a master-planned community in the rolling hills of South Orange County, once represented the ideal of modern suburban living. But in 2025, its polished facade is beginning to crack. Home prices hover around $1.02 million, fueled by a pandemic-era buying frenzy that has now gone cold. Over the past year, listings have surged by 45%, and the average DOM has quadrupled from just 14 to 56 days. The typical monthly mortgage payment is now over $6,400, effectively pricing out most of the potential buyer pool. We're seeing a trend here that's becoming a pattern across these markets: population decline. Aliso Viejo's population has dropped by over 2% in the last 18 months, and landlords are struggling to fill units, offering concessions not seen in years. This slow bleed is also impacting corporate office parks, where vacancy rates have climbed over 20%, putting a strain on the city's tax base. Foreclosure filings have also seen a worrying jump of more than 30% in the first quarter of 2025. 7. San Clemente. San Clemente has long been a postcard-perfect coastal enclave, but in 2025, its luxury market is on the brink. The median home price here is a staggering $1.72 million. With mortgage rates hovering at 6.7%, a monthly mortgage payment now demands nearly $10,000, a figure only the very wealthy can manage. This has priced out almost all median income earners, with listings up nearly 50% year over year. Price cuts are happening on almost 40% of all active homes. Even the rental market is softening, with landlords forced to offer concessions. Tourism, once a reliable buffer, is no longer enough to support local businesses. Downtown sales are down significantly, and the population has started to decline as remote workers and wealthy retirees retreat to more financially sustainable areas. The city still has incredible natural beauty, but as we've seen in other markets, beauty alone can't pay the mortgage. 6. Tustin. Tustin, a more affordable gateway to Orange County, is now spiraling toward a housing correction. The median home price has soared to $1.21 million, an 87% jump since 2019. The affordability gap here is particularly stark. A typical monthly mortgage payment exceeds $7,000, while the median household income is just a fraction of that. This has pushed buyers to the sidelines, causing active listings to jump over 40% year over year. The average days on market is now 54 days, a massive leap from the 18 days seen during the 2021 boom. We're also seeing a noticeable spike in foreclosures, particularly among buyers who took out adjustable-rate mortgages during the low-interest period. The small business sector is feeling the pain, with commercial vacancies up over 20%. The once reliable influx of young professionals has slowed, and the city is seeing a drop in population. Tustin's historic charm is being drowned out by financial stress and growing uncertainty. 5. Modesto. Once a haven for Bay Area transplants, Modesto is facing its own reckoning. The median home price has dropped to $410,000, an 11% decline from its 2022 peak. But the real problem is the massive 52% surge in active listings, creating a clear oversupply. Buyers have dried up, and a monthly mortgage payment of over $2,800 is a steep climb for an area with a median household income of just $66,000. During the pandemic, Modesto became a magnet for remote workers, but that wave has reversed. The city has seen a decline in residency, and foreclosure activity is up sharply, with a growing number of homeowners now finding themselves underwater. Retail vacancies are climbing, and job losses in the warehousing sector are contributing to rising unemployment. The promise of affordability has become a trap for many, as falling prices and shrinking demand paint a gloomy picture. 4. Riverside. Riverside, the heart of the Inland Empire, is facing a troubling transformation. Once a refuge for families priced out of coastal cities, its real estate market has reached unsustainable levels. The current median home price of $565,000 is a 68% increase from just a few years ago. But the signs of overvaluation are undeniable. A monthly mortgage payment now surpasses $3,800, creating an impossible gap for many residents. Active listings have ballooned by nearly 50% year over year, and the average time a home spends on the market is now 59 days. This is almost triple what it was 2 years ago. Foreclosures have surged by almost 40%, especially among buyers who purchased with minimal equity. Job growth in the region has slowed, and unemployment is ticking upward. The once bustling logistics sector has seen layoffs, and commercial real estate is feeling the pinch. Riverside's trajectory is shifting from a success story to a cautionary tale. 3. Bakersfield. Bakersfield, the energy capital of California, saw a massive housing surge during the pandemic that has now flipped. The current median home price sits at $390,000, an 11% decline from its peak. While still considered affordable, housing demand has dried up faster than expected. Listings have soared by nearly 60% year over year, and homes now sit on the market for an average of 61 days. The median monthly mortgage for a new buyer is over $2,600, a huge burden on an average household income of $63,000. Foreclosure activity has increased sharply, and underwater mortgages are creeping back, particularly in newer subdivisions. The economy, heavily reliant on oil and agriculture, has softened, and unemployment is well above the national average. Retail centers are feeling the downturn, with commercial vacancies up nearly 20%. What once felt like a rising star is now on a shaky foundation. 2. Stockton. Stockton has a history of housing volatility, and in 2025, it's teetering on the edge once again. The median home price has dropped to $420,000, a 12% decline from its peak. This drop has been accelerated by surging listings, up 55% year over year, and demand that has dropped like a rock. With interest rates hovering around 6.8%, the monthly mortgage on a median home now exceeds $2,850. That math simply doesn't work for most families, forcing more buyers out of the market. Delinquencies are rising sharply, and foreclosure filings have increased by nearly 40%. The city's population has fallen as remote workers return to metro hubs or leave the state entirely. The unemployment rate has also ticked up, driven by layoffs in retail and logistics. Some neighborhoods that once buzzed with new construction now look half abandoned, with unoccupied homes and for sale signs lining the streets. 1. Irvine. Irvine has long been seen as the pinnacle of suburban success, but in 2025, it's becoming the epicenter of California's housing crash. The median home price is a jaw-dropping $1.62 million. With mortgage rates near 6.9%, the monthly cost of ownership exceeds $10,000, pricing out even six-figure earners. Meanwhile, the median household income, though high, still doesn't come close to supporting these mortgage burdens. Inventory has ballooned, with active listings up over 60% from a year ago. The average days on market is now a staggering 66 days, compared to just 12 during the peak. Foreign investment has slowed, and even the rental market offers no relief as vacancies increase and renters migrate inland or out of state. The population growth that once powered Irvine has flattened. High HOA fees, rising insurance premiums, and hefty property taxes only add to the homeowners' costs. Without major price corrections, this gleaming, expensive suburb with more homes than buyers is poised to become the ultimate cautionary tale, a ghost town in a polished facade.